Hello everyone, welcome back. This module is part of our series on pair programming series to build full stack app. And it is designed to refresh your memory on the key concepts and best practices of Node.js. We'll work together in pairs, using GitHub Copilot to assist us wherever required. This refresher will be invaluable as we move forward into the full stack development portion of the course, ensuring we have a solid foundation to build upon. So let's jump into the Visual Studio Code to know the topics what we are going to cover in this refresher course. So guys, we are into the Visual Studio Code and we will cover these key aspects of Node.js in this refresher course. Node.js installation, we will look into how to verify Node.js is installed or not, and if not installed, how to install it. Working with NPM, we will explore the Node Package Manager, NPM, a crucial tool for managing project dependencies. Understanding the package.json file. We will learn about the essential fields in the package.json file, such as the project name, version, description, and author. We will understand the difference between dependencies and dev dependencies and how to manage them correctly. The packagelog.json file, we will discuss the purpose of the packagelog.json file and how it ensures consistent dependency installations. Project setup and management. We will learn how to initialize a new Node.js project using npm init. We will practice installing dependencies using npm install. We will understand how to install development dependencies using npm install save dev. We will learn how to audit dependencies for vulnerabilities using npm audit. We will explore how to clean up the node_modules folder using npm clean. We will learn how to update dependencies using npm update. We will learn how to remove dependencies using npm uninstall. We will explore the npx command for executing scripts only once. Exercise 1. Building a Fibonacci series Express.js server. We will work through a practical exercise where we build a simple Express.js server that calculates the Fibonacci series. We will set up the project and write the necessary server code. This refresher course will provide you with a solid foundation in Node.js and prepare you for the full stack development projects ahead. We will be using GitHub Copilot where appropriate to enhance our learning and coding experience. Let's do the installation of Node.js. But before that, you should open terminal by pressing Ctrl and backtick and the type node-v and press enter if it returns the version number that means Node is installed for you. If it doesn't install, then let's open the browser and visit this URL to download Node.js. You'll see two versions available for download. LTS, long-term support recommended for most users as it's stable and well supported. Future version, includes the latest features but may not be as stable. For system-specific download, you need to visit download page, and here you will see the download option based on operating system. I have Windows operating system, then I will download this one. If you have Mac OS, you can select Mac OS, you will get .package option to download. If you have Linux OS, you will select Linux and the util.xz option to download. All different installer you will get based on your operating system. Download it and install it. Once done, verify the installation by running node-v. Let's test the Node.js by going into the REPL editor of Node. REPL means read, eval, print, loop. So to go into the REPL type Node, then you will notice that it went inside REPL. Now type simple console.log function to check it is printing the given message on the screen or not. It returned the printed message. That means our installation is perfect. We are ready to proceed further. Let's proceed further and understand NPM. Node Package Manager. NPM, Node Package Manager, is an essential tool for every Node.js developer. So what is NPM? NPM is a package manager that comes bundled with Node.js. It allows you to install and manage libraries or tools, share and reuse code through the NPM registry, run custom scripts for project automation. Now let's look into how to verify NPM version and also look into how to install a package. To verify NPM version, you can run npm-v. You will get the NPM version returned. If you simply type npm and run this, you will get all the npm related commands. Next, let's discuss about how to install npm package, but before that, let's understand details about package.json file. Then we will look into how to install package using npm. To create package.json file, we need to initialize it first. So to initialize, I will create a folder called code and then type npm in it. Next, we need to provide the required field details of package.json file. The details we need to provide like package name, description, and remaining thing you need to press enter and select the default one. Once you're done with all the steps, then you will find that a new package.json file got created. The package.json file is a key element of each Node.js based project. The package.json file holds all the metadata about the project. Found in the project's root, it must contain the project's name and version. In addition, it can contain optional data, such as the project's description, a license, scripts, and many more details. Let's discuss about required field of package.json file. The package.json file must contain a name field and a version field. All other fields are optional. The name field contains the package's name, which must be one lowercase word but can contain hyphens and underscores. The version field must follow semantic versioning guidelines, which suggest this format, major.minor.patch, for example, 1.2.3. We call this semantic versioning because each number conveys a meaning. A major version introduces an incompatible API change. You should generally be very careful about switching to another major version, as you won't be able to expect that your application will work flawlessly. A minor version change adds new functionality in a backward-compatible manner and therefore shouldn't pose problems for your application. A patch version applies backward-compatible bug fixes, and you should always keep it up to date. Now we understand the required fields details of package.json file. Now we will learn about dependencies details of package.json file. But before that, I want to cover one topic which left earlier. That is how to install packages using npm. So to install package using npm, we have to write npm install and package name. For my demo, I am installing package to build middleware that is express.js. So we simply write npm install express and press enter. And you will notice that Node Package Manager done some changes into the project structure, like it introduces Node_modules folder. The Node_modules folder is where npm stores all the installed dependencies and packages required for a Node.js project. Another change is you will find that it has added a key inside package.json file called dependencies. The dependencies field lists all the dependencies needed to run the project, along with their required version ranges, following the semantic versioning syntax. By default, npm requires only the major version and keeps the minor and patch ranges flexible. This way, npm can always initialize your project with the latest compatible version. These dependencies are part of your bundled application. When you install a project on a new machine, all dependencies listed in the package.json file will be installed and placed in the Node_modules folder next to package.json. Your application could require all sorts of dependencies, such as frameworks and helper modules. Next, we have dev dependencies. In a Node.js project, dev dependencies are the packages needed only during development, testing, or building your project. They are not required in the production environment where your app is deployed. You can understand dev dependencies are libraries or tools that support tasks like running tests, compiling code, linting, checking for code errors, minifying files, running development servers. Examples of dev dependencies are like Jest for testing, ESLint for code linting, Webpack for bundling code. To install dev dependencies, we need to write npm install and package name. Like for this example, I want to use test framework called Jest, then I will write npm install Jest and then write save dev. This will install the modules for development. In this example, we are installing Jest framework for testing. Let's go to the package.json file, then you will find that a new key is being added called dev dependencies, and that will contain the Jest which we have installed. Currently it is still running, hence it is not showing. Let's wait for some time, you will get it. Now you will see here dev dependencies got added. Now let's discuss about packagelock.json file. Understanding the packagelock.json file in Node.js. The packagelock.json file is an automatically generated file created by npm to lock down the dependencies of your project. It ensures consistent installations across environments and prevents unexpected issues caused by changes in dependencies. Purpose of packagelock.json. Dependency consistency. Locks the exact versions of all dependencies and subdependencies installed in your project. This ensures that other developers or environments install the same versions you tested. Faster installations. Speeds up installations by caching dependency resolution results. Security. Tracks the source of dependencies, making it easier to audit for vulnerabilities. When is it created? The packagelock.json file is created or updated whenever you run npm install and there's no existing packagelock.json. Add, update, or remove dependencies. Key features of package.json file. Exact version locking. While package.json might specify ranges, packagelock.json locks the exact versions installed. Tracks subdependencies. Lists all dependencies and their subdependencies with exact versions. Ensures reproducibility. By sharing the packagelock.json file, your team can install the exact same dependency tree. Next, we understand structure of packagelock.json file. So let's jump into the Visual Studio Code. We are into the Visual Studio Code, and here let's go to packagelock.json file. A typical packagelock.json file contains name and version, the project's name and version. Lock file version, the version of the packagelock.json format. Requires, indicates if dependencies are required. Dependencies, a nested object listing all packages, including subdependencies. Next, let's discuss how it is used. When running npm install, npm checks packagelock.json to install the exact version specified, overriding ranges in package.json. If a new dependency is added, the file is updated to reflect the change. Now let's discuss about best practices of packagelock.json file. Commit packagelock.json to version control. Always include this file in your repository to ensure all team members and environments use the same dependency tree. Don't edit it manually. This file is auto-managed by npm. Manual edits can cause conflicts or errors. Use npm CI for clean installs. The npm CI command installs dependencies strictly based on packagelock.json for reproducible builds. Ideal for CI/CD pipelines. Now let's go back to Visual Studio Code. We are into the Visual Studio Code, and next we have Create Project in Node.js. As we have already performed these three steps where we have done initialization of new project by using npm init, and then we have installed Express as dependencies, and we have also installed dev dependencies by installing Jest framework for testing. Next, let's discuss about auditing. To perform auditing, we will use npm audit. Let's run this command, then we will discuss. To run npm audit, open the terminal by pressing Ctrl+backtick, or you can go to View and select Terminal. Now type npm audit. Running the command returns a detailed report about the version and severity of each problematic package, as well as a summary of all the issues found in the currently installed Node.js modules. The npm package manager also indicated that the issues could be fixed automatically with npm audit fix. Alas, it warns us about breaking changes in the latest Karma version. To accommodate those, we need to use the force flag. I recommend using npm audit every few months, along with npm update, to avoid using outdated dependencies and creating security risks. Next, we have cleaning up the Node_modules folder. Running npm prune inspects the local package.json file, compares it to the local Node_modules folder, and removes all unnecessary packages. You should use it during development, after adding and removing packages, or when performing general cleanup chores. Let's check that the audit we just performed didn't install any unnecessary packages. The output looks fine. There are no issues with our packages. Now let's understand how to update all packages. To update all packages, you need to run npm update. Running npm update updates all installed packages to their latest acceptable version. You should use this command frequently to avoid outdated dependencies and security risks. Next, we have removing dependency. To remove dependencies, we need to run npm uninstall command. For example, if we want to remove Express module, then we simply need to write npm uninstall Express. Once it gets executed, then you will notice in the package.json file the entry for dependencies of Express got removed. Next, we have install dependencies. This I already shown you earlier. To install any dependencies, you need to write npm install package name. Let's bring back Express into our project, as we will be doing our demo by building one simple Express application at the end of this refresher course. Next, we have npx. Using npx to execute a script only once. When you installed Node.js, you also installed npx, which stands for Node. Package execute. This tool enables you to execute any package from the registry without installing it beforehand. This is useful when you need to run some code only once. For example, you might use a scaffolding script that initializes a project but is neither a dependency nor a development dependency. The npx tool works by checking whether the executable you're trying to run is available through the $path environment variable or local project binaries. If this is not the case, npx installs the package to a central cache instead of your local node_modules folder. Say you want to check your package JSON for syntax errors. For this, you can use the JSON lint package. As this package is neither required to run the project nor part of your development process, you don't want to install it into your node_modules folder. Let's execute it. To execute, I will go back to terminal and type npx json lint package.json. This calls JSON lint to validate our package.json file via npx. First, npx installs the package into the global cache folder, then runs JSON lint. It prints the content of our package.json file and reports no errors. Check your node_modules folder. JSON lint shouldn't be installed. Nonetheless, on each subsequent call of npx, you'll find JSON lint available. Next, we have to create an Express project for Fibonacci series. It has two parts. First, setting up the project. That we have already done. And next, we have write the server-side code. So to build this server-side code, let's call our programming partner to help me with the steps to build this app. So I will click on this icon and then select GitHub Copilot Chat. Now let's write our requirement. Help me to perform this task to build Fibonacci series using Express. And you see here, it has given us these 3 steps. The first step is already done. We have a folder called code we have initialized with Node using npm in it, and we have also installed Express. So let's directly proceed to the step 2 and create a file called server.js and insert these lines of code. Save the file. This code I will explain you later part of the course. So now let's proceed to the next step. In the next step, let's run the server.js file by executing node server.js at terminal. This will run the server at localhost port 3000. Now our server is running. Let's test it by executing the URL which is being given at step 4. And when you execute Fibonacci series endpoint for number 10, this will print the Fibonacci series for number 10. Let's try for number 15, also try for number 25. It is really working like charm. Now let's understand the code now. The provided code is a simple Node.js server using the Express framework. It defines a web server that listens on port 3000 and provides an endpoint to generate a Fibonacci series. The code starts by importing the Express module and creating an instance of an Express application app. It then sets the port number to 3000, which is the port on which the server will listen for incoming requests. A function named generateFibonacci is defined to generate a Fibonacci series up to n terms. The function initializes an array fib series with the first 2 Fibonacci numbers, 0 and 1. It then uses a for loop to calculate the subsequent numbers in the series by summing the two preceding numbers. The resulting array is returned. The code defines a route/Fibonacci/n that handles GET requests. When a request is made to this route, the server extracts the parameter n from the URL, which specifies the number of terms in the Fibonacci series to generate. The parameter is parsed as an integer. If the parameter is not a positive integer, the server responds with a 400 status code and an error message. Otherwise, it calls the generate Fibonacci function to generate the series and responds with the series in JSON format. Finally, the server starts listening on the specified port, 3000, and logs a message to the console indicating that the server is running and listening for requests. This allows users to access the Fibonacci series generator by navigating to localhost port 3000 with /Fibonacci/n, where n is the number of terms they want to generate. So this is how it is working. So guys, we are done with the Node.js refresher course. I hope you enjoyed this refresher course. Just before closing this session, I would like to remind you that this course is part of our pair programming series to build production-grade full-stack applications using GitHub Copilot. In the next session, we will do the modern JavaScript refresher course as it is required in our full-stack development journey. So on this note, I am stopping over here. See you in the next session.